Welcome back. The Department of Veterans Affairs is celebrating the beginning of the 4th year of its Employee Experience Office. Customer experience experts across government say employee experience is potentially a missing link in CX efforts. Bahar Niakan is Managing Director for HR Modernization at Intact Technology. Bahar, welcome. You wrote recently, employees need simplified experiences in order to be able to focus as much as possible on the mission. What does that involve for a lot of agencies that are just starting to think about the employee experience aspect of their operations?
Well, for instance, employees need access to their information and to be able to take action on that information. And so simplifying the employee experience means not having a federal employee feel like they're spending a full day trying to change their address and not having a federal manager waiting for information in an Excel spreadsheet to be able to see a reflection of their staff. It's about bringing data to the fingertips of the leaders who need to make decisions about their organization. And so it's about transforming the employee experience. There are enabling technologies right now that make that information visible and allow people to take action on that information. At a previous agency, I brought that information from an HR perspective to the fingertips of our employees, employee information to the employees across the department, accelerating hiring for managers, bringing information across the organization to the leaders so that they could make decisions about and for their organization. And so right now, we have the opportunity to really transform the employee experience by focusing on what matters to them most.
How much of that is changing out systems, the digital transformation that we hear about that all the time? How much of it can be incremental, and how much of it's cultural, just changing the way that people think about the way they interact with their bosses and their agencies?
Well, in my experience, doing wholesale replacements of systems doesn't necessarily change the user experience. Systems are utilized currently by specialists who are applying technical data, using technical jargon. The employees are looking for information that they understand is readily available to them. The reports coming out of those systems aren't presentable to managers and leaders to be able to make decisions in a way that also is reflective of the information that they would regularly be viewing. And so if you can establish a unifying layer over top of these systems, bring the data up, then it becomes a better way to make the information visible and usable by your general population. There are agencies that are understanding that it's more important to be able to really impact the user experience with data than to simply replace the technology that's already in existence. The technology certainly needs to be changed over time, updated, upgraded, potentially replaced, but if you can provide a unifying layer over top to bring the data up, then it provides the people the information that they need to be able to make a decision. One of our customers actually has done this. So they've implemented a platform over top of HR, facilities, IT, budget, and other areas of operations. And so when the employee has a need, for example, an office move, they go to one place to make the request. HR, IT, facilities all become part of the workflow because they've connected the data and they've automated the workflows across these different operational components. And then the employee can go to one page and really see the progress of their request across the course of its time from start to end. Go to one agent and ask questions, and that agent has access to centralized information to be able to support the employer to be able to elevate the issue up. And over time, with AI as an example, they can bring in some additional force multipliers. You know, just as you experience in your banking online today or online shopping, the virtual agent can really support just the basic questions that an employee might have, and the live agent is always available to be able to support the more complex, and it allows the specialists to then provide their consultative support to the customers that they serve.
You wrote, we can only get there if the CHCO and the CIO have a strong collaboration. How does one know that collaboration is strong enough, and why is that collaboration so important, Bahar?
So I think what you're seeing across the federal government today is that everyone's realizing that they need to leverage each other's capabilities and support each other. It's a better together story. The CIO and the CHCO, which is the IT, the head of IT and the head of HR for each department, there's always been a little bit of a push and pull between the two organizations when it comes to systems. Who's the system owner? Who's going to control the system? How are they going to manage it? but they're all supporting the same customer base. And so if they unify their efforts and they unify their energy, they can really get farther together. They can establish the governance that they need for the platform. They can coexist on the platform together, and with support and resources from their senior leadership, just get farther together in supporting the employees and transforming the experience that their internal employees have.
Bahar, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Francis. Great to be here.
You can read more about employee experience efforts across government on today's show page at fedgovtoday.com. Up next, a transformation underway at OPM. FedGov Today with Francis Rose continues in a moment.